Hello and welcome back to Tea with Gary C, episode 4. Today we're going to do something that I have been promising to do for a very long time on my Instagram lives. I'm going to take you through my Disney pin collection. This is box 1 of 2. As you can see, the pins are on their backing cards. They have their plastic on some of them. I don't trade my pins, I just collect them because I love the art and I love collecting them and having little memories. So join me as I go through my entire pin collection and subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, hit the notification bell if you want to see more things like this, and let's go. Let's start things off with my Disney Parks pins. This first set is based on the Dapper Dans that sing on Main Street, and we have Goofy, Mickey, Donald and Pluto. And look at Pluto singing away. Love it. Disney Parks Celebrate Mickey set, with Mickey, Minnie, Pluto, Goofy and Donald all celebrating Mickey's 90th birthday. Fascinating fact that Mickey and Minnie have the same birthday as I do. Coco. I love Disney Pixar's Coco. It's such a beautiful film and I love the colours and just the overall theme, and I love the song Remember Me, so I bought this set. Disney villains. I am somebody that likes the Disney villains, and when I saw this set and it had so many different ones in it, I had to get it. This is one of my favourite Disney park sets. The Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. Though this ride is terrifying, I really like this set, mainly because I just like what they're wearing. I like the fact that Donald, Pluto and Goofy are all wearing similar outfits to those cast members that work on the ride. I just thought it was a nice addition to my collection. Alice in Wonderland. It has to be said, I'm not a big fan of the films as much as I am of the characters and the artwork. I really love the characters in Alice in Wonderland, specifically the Cheshire Cat. So I had to get this set just so I can celebrate that and have a little keepsake from it. I bought these next Disney Park sets when the white backing cards first came in. I got them from Disney World. They were $24.99 each, so they're quite expensive. But I really like them. I think there's 10 sets. There's now, I think, 12, including a Goofy movie, and there is another one, but I have the original 10. So here they are. This is The Little Mermaid, Peter Pan, Cinderella, The Lion King, Tangled, Beauty and the Beast, Alice in Wonderland, Aladdin, Minnie Mouse, and Mickey Mouse. These next few Disney Parks items my friend Adam bought me over the course of several years. So we have this holographic petrol coloured one, which is of Cinderella's castle, and it comes in a pyramid. Fantasia Sorcerer Mickey. Little present, November. Belle representing my birthday. This gorgeous carousel pin, which is in a beautiful box because I love carousel horses. And this happy birthday pin, which Adam held on to for 7 months to give it to me on my birthday. It was a pin that I really wanted, and I thought, there's no point in me getting it now because it's not my birthday. But then 7 months later, Adam surprised me with it. And I love all my pins that Adam has got me. But this one is one of my favourites out of my entire collection because, again, Mickey shares the same birthday as me. So it's a very special pin. And I like the fact that it comes in a little present box too. Let's move on now to the Walt Disney World pin sets and pins. There are quite a few, so bear with me. I hope you enjoy looking at them. I love the art on so many of them. And this pin set here represents the 4 main parks: Epcot, Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, and Animal Kingdom. The Mickey Mouse pin collection. I really like this set because it has Steamboat Willie and my favourite, Sorcerer Mickey, in it. Winnie the Pooh. I love how cute this Winnie the Pooh collection is. It's got Roo, Eeyore, Tigger, Rabbit, Owl, Piglet, and Winnie the Pooh himself. Really lovely set. So cute. I love the artwork. Disney Princess Disney Shoe Collection. So we have Ariel, Tiana, Sleeping Beauty, Jasmine, Snow White, Cinderella, and Rapunzel. What could be better than this incredible set? Apart from the fact that I have the Disney Villain set, which has the Evil Queen, Hades, Maleficent, Cruella, Hook, The Red Queen, also known as the Queen of Hearts, and my Queen, Ursula. What an amazing set. For Magic Kingdom's 45th anniversary, I bought this pin trading starter set, which has loads of fabulous details, including a lanyard. So you have Donald, Goofy, you have Pluto and Minnie. Very, very nice. To celebrate Epcot's World Showcase, here is a pin set that represents every country. So for France, we have Belle. For Germany, we have Snow White. The United Kingdom, we have Alice. China, Mulan. Morocco, Jasmine. Mexico, Donald. Norway is Goofy. Japan is Minnie. Canada is Pluto. America, the American Adventure, is Mickey. And then Italy has my faves, Chip and Dale. That is a set and a half. Disney Resort's next, and my first stay was at the Art of Animation Resort. It is a value resort, and I absolutely loved it. Here is the pin, which is very similar to the lobby as you walk in, with the big pictures on the walls. Port Orleans Riverside, which was a surprise by my friend Adam. I had no idea that we were staying there. I thought we were staying at All Star Sports. So to go there, and it's become one of my favourite places. We did eventually stay at All Star Sports, and it was great. I really, really loved it. Coronado Springs, one of my favourite places to stay in Disney World, and such a lovely resort. 2019, and it was back to Port Orleans Riverside, where I met Tiana as we were leaving. So this pin perfectly reminds me of that. When Adam and I went on a Disney cruise earlier this year, we stayed a night at Disney's All Star Sports again, and they've changed the pin. So I thought, why not get it? Because, hey, it represents the stay, and this is really, really nice. Animal Kingdom Lodge, my dream stay, and what a dream it was to stay there. Incredible place, beautiful, beautiful resort, and the videos are going up on my friend Adam's YouTube channel at the moment, the vlogs. Just wonderful. These two sets are given to guests by Disney World when they are doing construction, so it's kind of an apology gift. And this one I got in Coronado Springs when I stayed there. The construction didn't really affect us, but it was a lovely gift nonetheless. And then there's this Disney's Caribbean Beach. Now, I haven't stayed in Disney's Caribbean Beach, but I think Adam must have got this for me. And they're really cool. Happy New Year, 2020. I don't normally get the ones that have got like loose parts on them because I don't know, I just find them very fussy, but this is a beautiful pin that was sent to me and I really, really like it. I was in Disney World around the same time, so I decided to keep it. Epcot has a number of festivals throughout the year and Food and Wine is just one of them. This was to represent the time that Adam and I walked around and did the food stalls. Epcot's Festival of the Arts 2020 pin. When Adam and I got back from Disney Cruise, we went to Epcot for about 2-3 hours and we had a walk around, saw loads of artist work and painted the wall, which is what Figment's doing in the pin. Hopefully I'll be able to go back during Festival of the Arts sometime and really, really explore it and take part in some of the activities, but it was enough for me to see it, say I've seen it, enjoy it and paint the wall. This recent trip to Disney World included Epcot's Flower and Garden Festival, which meant that I finally got to see the topiaries and wander around and see all the beautiful plants. It was incredible and it's something, again, that I've wanted to do for a long time and I bought these two pins to celebrate it. Every year, Disney's Magic Kingdom hosts the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween parties and in 2017, I finally got to go to one. So this is the pin from the night, the limited edition pin, but I also got the pin collection, which has the Evil Queen, Jafar, Hook, Maleficent and Ursula. This is one of my favourite pieces in my entire collection. It was a very special night and these are great pins. Look at that. For the next 3 years, Adam and I returned to Disney World for Halloween, so I experienced the Halloween party twice in that time. We did it 2017 and 2019. 2019. So I'm going to take you through now some of my Halloween pins, starting with this Jack Skellington, a limited edition Jack Skellington, this BB-8 pumpkin, Haunting Halloween 2017 Ursula, Haunting Halloween 2018 Jafar and Iago, and look, this cute little pumpkin Chip and Dale from Box Lunch. This wasn't from the Disney parks, but I thought I would include it because it's really cute. Donald and Vampire Mickey, and pins from the 2019 Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. I love Hocus Pocus. It is my favourite film of all time. I even went to the cinema to see it all those years ago, so to have a pin set of it is just so cute. And of course, I had to get the actual Halloween party pin. 2015 was my first time going to Disney World, and I went to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. This Rapunzel pin I bought on the night, and then I found this one from the very same collection on eBay when I got home because I was so desperate to collect them all to remember. Now, later on, as the years passed, I found it almost impossible to find the rest of the set, and those that I did find, they were incredibly expensive. But when I was in Disney World with Adam, we were at an outlet and I saw this. The complete Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party set, and it cost me about $50, something like that, for all of them. So those two pins you've just seen are my only duplicates, and this pin set cost originally $109, but it cost me about $50. And what an amazing thing to own for my very first Very Merry Christmas Party, and great memories, lovely pins. I do have this Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party pin from 2017, which was when my friend Adam worked there. I was there for the Christmas season, just it switched over from Halloween to Christmas whilst I was there. And though I didn't go to the party, and I probably shouldn't have this pin, it was a lovely gift because, as Adam knows, I love Chip and Dale. For those of you that don't know, Magic Kingdom's Jungle Cruise becomes the Jingle Cruise around the holidays. And I love Jingle Cruise. It's something different. It's something festive, which is why I like it. I really like this pin. The backing card is great. The design is really, really cool. And I like the fact that the rhino has a donut on one of its horns. The perfect festive treat. You guessed it, more Christmas pins. Christmas Mickey, Peppermint Mickey, and then Chip and Dale roasting their nuts over the fire, which is a statement I never thought I would say. And my festive collection concludes with Baymax, Stitch, and Mickey and Minnie. There are a number of different pins available in Disney World. This backing card is one of the old backing cards. So when you see these are the old style pins. The new pins have a white backing. This is a lovely pin that puts all four parts together. My favourite Disney character with one of my favourite things in Disney, the balloons. A glittering Cinderella's castle on a brand new white background. And this lovely design featuring Mickey and the castle. Magic Kingdom is my favourite park in all of the Disney parks I visited worldwide, so it makes sense that I have a few pins from there. This one is very chunky and 3D, which I really, really like. I like the solid pins. This is a very cute, dainty little pin on an old backing card. Nice and simple. And here are two pins from Magic Kingdom's 45th anniversary that I was very lucky to go visit. I really, really like these pins. Again, they're three-dimensional, solid, great design. These two Hollywood Studios pins could not be any more different. You've got the old backing style and the new backing style. This one has a moving part, which, as I've said before, is not something I would normally look at, but at the time I really wanted Mickey Mouse on a Hollywood Studios background or a Hollywood Studios clapper, just so I had one of each park, and it was perfect, and I still love it. But this one, this brand new one from my most recent trip, is very simple and it just does the job. It's got Mickey and it's very clean. My three Epcot pins are very, very different, and yet there are similarities between them, whether it's Figment or it's the Epcot sign, which is this little globe that you can see. I really like this Epcot 35 pin. It's just really good. I'm not a big fan of Figment's ride, but I do like Figment on things, as you can tell. Yeah, this is one of my favourites. This is a staple for Disney pins, in my opinion. It's the old Epcot sign, and it's Mickey and Spaceship Earth. It's great. My one and only Animal Kingdom pin is just perfect. It has 4 of the main characters, and it has the sign. Does the job. I have these 2 soaring pins. This one opens, which isn't something I would normally like, but I like the fact that it's got the monorail. I don't really have much stuff with monorail on it, and it's soaring. And until recently, soaring was my favourite ride at Disney World. So you'll find out in a second what my favourite ride is now, but I really like that pin. I like how shiny it is. And then there's this cute little one, which I saw just as we were going on to soar in the ride. And I was like, I have to have it. It's soaring. Frozen Ever After. I got this pin the day the ride launched. We were there for the opening, the first sort of people to go on it, about 9 o'clock in the morning. And yeah, it's just a nice memory. Disney's Skyliner. Who would have thought that the Skyliner would become one of my favourite things to do in Disney World? It's so peaceful and clean and just really convenient. And I wanted to get this pin just, again, just like with everything else, just a lovely little memory and something to look back on. Kilimanjaro Safaris. One of my favourite things to do in Animal Kingdom. Pandora, the world of Avatar. I got this pin when I first ever saw Pandora, and I was blown away by the theming and just how incredibly well done it was. I like the floor, the floating trees, just there's so much to see and do. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, my new favourite ride in Disney World. As you will soon see in my friend Adam's vlogs, we loved Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, and this is the perfect little pin to remember it by. Disney's Hollywood Studios presents Toy Story Land pins. I really love Toy Story Land. I think the theming is great. I love Alien Swirling Saucers and Slinky Dog Dash. I think they're great new additions to Toy Story Mania. And I like these pins a lot. And now for some shows. Fantasmic, which many of you will not be surprised that I like because it has Sorcerer Mickey in it and it has Maleficent's Dragon. And Animal Kingdom's Rivers of Light, which I've only seen once. I haven't seen the new version, but when I saw the first version of Rivers of Light, I was blown away. I think it is so beautiful and really enchanting. One of my favourite places in Disney World is Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. And when I went there last year, I treated myself to quite a few pins, including these 3. You have this one, look, the Black Spire Outpost. I had to get it, even though it has a clasp. I went all out. Batuu, another Black Spire. Here are my limited edition Star Wars Galaxy's Edge pins, starting with this pass holder limited release, which is something I wouldn't normally get because I wasn't a pass holder, but my friend Adam was, and I really liked the pin. It was my favourite out of the Galaxy's Edge ones, and it did have the date on it, which is something I really wanted. Which takes me over to this one, which was one in the shape of BB-8. Again, another limited edition. And then this, Rise of Resistance. Now, at the time, Rise of the Resistance wasn't open, but I'm so grateful that I had the foresight to get this limited edition pin, because by the time I got there in March this year to go on the new Rise of the Resistance ride, these pins had gone. So I'm glad I bought this in advance, though again, it's something I wouldn't normally do, but I didn't want to miss out. And I'm so glad I did, because Rise of the Resistance is amazing. Disney's Ink and Paint collection, which is a new collection in the Disney parks and Shop Disney. On the left, we have Dumbo. Next, Mary Poppins' Penguin, Alice from Alice in Wonderland, and Peter Pan himself. These were a bit hard to get all 4 in Disney World, but if you try the results, you may come up lucky like I did and manage to get all 4. Disney Princess pins. There are 3 out of my 4 faves. Tiana is missing, but I will eventually get a Tiana on her own pin. Snow White, Belle, and Ariel. Disney villain pins. Gaston from Beauty and the Beast, Yzma from Emperor's New Groove, Hades from Disney's Hercules, and Dr. Facilier from Princess and the Frog. And let's not forget my salty queen, Miss Ursula from The Little Mermaid. Anyone that knows me knows I love Winnie the Pooh, and here are my Winnie the Pooh pins. We've got Winnie the Pooh and Tigger, Winnie the Pooh saying, "Oh bother, oh bother," and then you've got Piglet and Winnie the Pooh. This is a movie one, but I thought it kind of worked here. And it's got Winnie the Pooh and Piglet on, so I'll allow it. And then little tiny Pooh. This is so cute. More from Mickey's 90th birthday celebrations. You've got the Mouse Party, Let's Celebrate. Let's Celebrate again with the 90 on it. And then Unlock the Fun. There was a time when it was really hard to come by Moana pins. And I was so happy that I got this Moana and this Maui that both match each other. They're both, again, 3D, solid, very, very lovely pins, great colours. And if you haven't seen Moana, definitely see it. This was a little treat myself moment in Disney World. A Jungle Book 50th anniversary pin. It is one of my favourite films, and it reminds me of being a kid, watching it and singing along to the songs. You'll see a few of these rainbow pins throughout my collection, and I really, really like them. Especially this one that's a bit bedazzled. That is pretty fabulous. Before anyone says it, I know. This has a hinge and it has a pen, a loose dangly bit on it. But I really, really wanted all the different signatures, and it was the signatures that drew me in. I do have an autograph book that's pretty full now of different character signatures. When I went to visit my friend Adam when he worked in Disney World, and I went round on my own the days I went with him collecting them. So I do have them, but it's just nice to have them in a little pin. Disney Tsum Tsums. For those of you that don't know, I collected Disney Tsum Tsums for a couple of years, 2-3 years, and had hundreds of them. I really, really liked them. This is a bit unusual for me, this pin, because it spins, but I needed something Disney Tsum Tsum to acknowledge my fandom of it, so I went out of my way. Unfortunately, I don't have any of the teddies anymore because at Christmas I had a huge clear out and I gave them all away to a local hospice charity. But I do have this pin and I still love how cute they are. Though this Hollywood Tower hotel pin does have stuff hanging off of it, I really like it because it's Chip and Dale and they are in the Hollywood Tower hotel outfits. Is the key annoying? Yes. But for Chip and Dale, I will just suck it up. My limited edition Finding Dory pin, which reminds me of the time that Adam and I went to Disney Springs and saw the film. It was the day that the film came out in America and there were banners everywhere. It was a very, very special moment, so I'm glad that I have this pin to remember it by. Another Coco pin. What can I say? I love Disney Pixar's Coco. When one Mickey just isn't enough, all the Mickeys. I'm a big fan of Disney's Beauty and the Beast. It's probably my favourite film alongside The Little Mermaid, and I love what the Enchanted Rose stands for. And I bought this at a Comic-Con, which is probably one of the only Disney official pins that I've bought outside of the Disney parks or Shop Disney. So I saw a lady selling this. She had folders and folders of pins, and I saw this and I just was drawn to it immediately. Who Framed Roger Rabbit fascinated me as a kid. I couldn't get my head around how it was made. Now, or even then, it must have taken ages with the technology they had available. This is Roger and his wife, Jessica Rabbit, and this is just another nod to my childhood. I've grouped these two pins together because they have a very similar finish. You have the pin trading. It's nice to have the pin trading logo as a pin. And then this little, I think it's supposed to be Soarin'. I'm assuming it's Soarin', but who can say? We've got a real mixture of pins coming up. This Epcot Mickey, Mary Poppins Returns, and Pluto. I don't have many Pluto pins, especially ones of him on his own, so I had to get this because I thought the colours and the design were really, really good. I wasn't a big fan of the second Wreck-It Ralph film, but I love this pin. I like the glittery text. I like the way the enamel sits on the pin. It's really nice. However, big fan of the Emperor's New Groove. The fact that Cusco and Yzma are on this pin was a definite must as soon as I saw it. And then you have the lamp, the Pixar lamp and ball. Very cool. I bought this gold Disney D because it's quite subtle and it reminds me of a pin that some of the cast members wear. I don't know if it's a status thing or whether it's because they've been with Disney for a very long time, but I really, really like it. It's quite subtle. It could be put on a bag or just casually worn out and about. It's not really, really character driven. I didn't include this Eeyore pin in my Winnie the Pooh pins because it is a limited edition and it's slightly newer, slightly different to the rest of them. I like It's a Small World. I really like It's a Small World. The one in Paris is my favourite, and I really liked the Christmas version in Disneyland, so I got this pin. I've only been to Disneyland once. I went for 5 days in 2015 and then flew across the country to Disney World. So I only have a few pins from Disneyland because I didn't really collect them. You could say this is what kind of started it all. I was very fortunate to visit Disneyland during the Diamond celebration, the 60th anniversary of Disneyland, and I bought these 3 pins to celebrate that. They are so lovely and I'm so pleased that I have them. Disneyland Paris. For those of you that follow my social media and the videos with Adam, you will know I am a big fan of Disneyland Paris because it's the first Disney park I ever went to. At aged 34, in 2015, I went in May 2015 with my friend Adam and I had an incredible time. So the next lot of pins are from Disneyland Paris, and there are a lot. A classic Disneyland Paris booster set with Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, and the Eiffel Tower. We'll get to that later on. I was a big fan of Toy Story 4 last year, and this set has Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head, and that's all I needed to get it. Despite my own personal view of dangly things on pins, Disneyland Paris's hotels have these keys. So I have one for each of the places that I've stayed. When I first stayed at Hotel Cheyenne, there was no pin available because the shop was being refurbished. So I found this little hotel pin on eBay, which I really like. But I have stayed at Hotel Cheyenne, Sequoia Lodge, and Newport. I was very lucky to go to Disneyland Paris during the 25th anniversary celebrations, and I am pleased to say that I have the Mickey, Minnie, and Tinkerbell pins, and this Illuminations. So, yeah, very pleased with those. Similar to Disney World and Disneyland, Disneyland Paris celebrated Mickey's 90th with the world's biggest mouse party, and here are 3 of the pins. Mickey with the key, Mickey celebrating, and then a clock with movable hands, which, again, I keep saying it, but I know that it has moving parts, which isn't something I would normally get, but it did remind me of the old Mickey watches, and I liked that, with the little hands going around, so I thought it was a nice addition to the set. Dotted around Disneyland Paris, there are a number of different versions of Mickey and Minnie pins. Here are just 2 different sets. You have Chef Mickey, Chef Minnie, Dapper Mickey, and Dapper Minnie. Here are another 2, Mickey with the Eiffel Tower and Minnie with the Eiffel Tower. Speaking of Eiffel Towers, the Eiffel Tower collection, one of my favourite collections out of all of my Disney pins. I've loved the Eiffel Tower since I was very young and been fascinated by it. And I've seen it in real life. I went as a kid with a school trip to Paris, so I've seen it. And just as much as I love New York and all things New York, I love the Eiffel Tower and Paris. And I'm really pleased to have this collection. We've got a Tinkerbell, Mickey, Minnie, Cheshire Cat, which is my favourite one. And then this new edition that I got, which is the purple one, which part of me thinks it is to match the Purple Potion Ears collection, but I'm not sure. I love the style of these Disneyland Paris collection Minnie Mouse pins. They're very unique and I love the artwork on them. What a surprise, I'm so shocked. Main Street USA and Sorcerer Mickey. Hey, I like them. The funny thing about one of these Disneyland Paris ride pins is that I have no memory or association with it at all. I've been on Ratatouille, I've been on the Tower of Terror, and I've been on Haunted Mansion several times. But I've never been on the Silly Symphony swings. I've never seen them. I don't even know if they were at Disneyland Paris. And the reason for this is because I bought this pin on eBay when I first got back from Disneyland Paris, and I regretted not buying more pins. And I bought it not knowing or having been on it or having no memory or attachment to it. And as it arrived, I made the decision then that I wouldn't do it again. So this is one of the only pins, if not the only pin in my collection I have absolutely no attachment to, other than the fact that it's got Mickey Mouse on it. Speaking of Disneyland Paris's attraction pins, I have 8 of them. I have Tower of Terror, Peter Pan's Flight, Star Tours, Pirates of the Caribbean, Phantom Manor, Buzz Lightyear Laser Blast, Star Wars Hyperspace Mountain, and Ratatouille. And I'm not sure, but I think that is all of them. For some time now, Disneyland Paris has been releasing these film pins, which are characters from famous Disney films. So in the Beauty and the Beast set, we have Cogsworth, Mrs. Potts and Chip, Lumiere, Beast and Belle. Also from Beauty and the Beast, we have the wardrobe, Mushu from Mulan, Mowgli and King Louie from Jungle Book, and Mowgli and Baloo from Jungle Book. Pins from Finding Dory and Moana, also known as Vaiana in France, and Aladdin's Genie. Here are some more cute pins I've picked up from Disneyland Paris. You have Mickey and my initial, the G, and Mickey Mouse, world famous, established 1928. And you've got a very confused Donald Duck and a chirpy Chip and Dale. I love them. To conclude my Disneyland Paris pin collection, we have a rainbow Sleeping Beauty castle pin, a rainbow Mickey pin, which is the pin that started it all. This is my first Disney pin that I got in 2015 when I went with my friend Adam to my first ever Disney park. And then you have this fancy, sparkly Mickey pin, and then a Union flag one. Earlier this year, I went on my first ever Disney cruise. It was on board the Disney Dream, and I had an amazing time. I did buy a lot of pins, but that's only because the Disney Cruise pins you can pretty much only get on Disney Cruise, so I had never seen many of them before, and I was very excited. I'm a bit obsessed with the Disney Cruise Line logo. I think it's really cute, and I love all the characters in here. You've got Mickey, Stitch, Chip and Dale, and Miss Daisy. So cool. Does it get any cuter than that? No. No, it doesn't. Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy, Pluto, and Chip and Dale. So cute. I treated myself to this Disney Cruise Line pin trading starter set that has Goofy, Donald, Chip and Dale, Mickey and Minnie, and a lovely lanyard, and this cool scene. Disney Cruise Line Mickey pin that's 3D and really cool. Then we have a sailor Mickey and Minnie dancing away. And this passport, which at first I was a bit like, it's got a hinge. But then inside, it's a Disney Cruise Line passport. But what's more interesting is that it has Mickey's birthday, which is my birthday. I think by this point, many of you have guessed that I'm a big fan of Mickey Mouse in all his various guises. On our last full day of the Disney Dream, my friend Adam and I went to Castaway Cay, which is Disney's private island. And here are the 4 pins I bought on the island. Disney Store pins. Here is one of 12 from the Mickey Mouse Memories collection. I didn't get them all because I didn't really have the money to get them all, but I did want to get the Steamboat Willie set. I also got December 12 of 12 because I really liked these shiny silvery pins. For Disney Store's 30th anniversary, they did 10 sets of pins. I bought the first 3, and this is one of 10, mainly because this has got Roger Rabbit, Ariel, and Mickey and Minnie on it. The second set has Beast from Beauty and the Beast, Genie from Aladdin, and Zero from The Nightmare Before Christmas. And the third set has Simba and Nala from The Lion King, John Smith and Pocahontas from Pocahontas, and my fave, Quasimodo from The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Since I've been collecting Disney pins, over the past few years, Disney Store have released some incredible pin box sets, including this one, which is Disney's Art of Snow White. She's one of my favourite characters, and this is lovely. Introducing the Disney Designer Collection, Snow White, Cinderella, and Ariel, Belle, Jasmine, and Tiana. Here's a cute Hercules set from Disney Store, Shop Disney, featuring Pegasus, Pain and Panic, Phil, and the original DVD cover. A Toy Story set, which features Woody, Buzz, Rex, Ham, Bo Peep Sheep, and the aliens. This is a set 1 of 4. I only have this set because it had most of my favourite characters on it. I mainly got it for Rex and for the aliens. More Hocus Pocus pins, this time in a completely different style to those of Disney World. Some cute little princess pins, starting with Cinderella, Ariel, Mulan, Jasmine, Merida, and Tiana. I'm very happy that I managed to get Disney Store's Rainbow Collection pins. Next up, we have some Disney Store limited edition pins, starting with Chip and Dale at Christmas, Scrooge McDuck diving into his money, and Winnie the Pooh with a balloon. Then we have Hunchback of Notre Dame's Esmeralda and Russell from Up. A very special 85 years of Donald Duck pin, and 2 of the new Disney Legacy Collection pins, including Pinocchio and Sorcerer Mickey from Fantasia. And my final pin from Disney Store is this UK Mini. Next up, we have my Primark pins, which are officially licensed by Disney, but they're not sold in the Disney parks or in the Disney Store, Shop Disney. They are sold by Primark in their stores. They're about £3 for one of these 6-piece sets. And here you go. Here's another of the 6-piece sets. You've got Peter Pan and Beauty and the Beast. And I recently got this Toy Story for property of Andy pin. Next, we have this Mickey Mouse pin from Typo and a Mickey True Original 90 Years of Mickey Mouse made by Loungefly, which I really, really love. I bought these Winnie the Pooh and Piglet pins from the V&A Museum in London during their Winnie the Pooh Exploring a Classic exhibition. I love these pins, the design of them, and I thought the exhibition was incredible. I got these Tomorrowland, Avengers Endgame, and Kingdom Hearts pins at promotional events. These 25 and 50 Tsum Tsum pins from buying 25 and 50 Tsum Tsums. I don't know where this little guy came from, but he's very cute. I got this very special Pride Rainbow Mickey pin for being part of Disney's Pride Parade. These unofficial pins are by Nerd Flair, and they memorialise some of Disney's greatest rides that are no longer in existence, including Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, Horizons, Maelstrom, and the Great Movie Ride, which I had the pleasure of riding way back in 2015. This unofficial Woody and Buzz are made by Teak. And finally, I have this unofficial Mickey Rainbow by Cheeky Beans, and this unofficial Cusco, Baby Cusco from the Emperor's New Groove by D-Bits. And that's it. You've seen my Disney pin collection. This is the second box. I said earlier on that there was 2 boxes. This is the second box. Yeah, I know there's a lot, but I love them. It's my thing. Everybody has a thing, and this is my thing. It's not hurting anyone. It's just a little collectible thing. So, yeah, I hope you've enjoyed that, and it gives you some sort of escape in these troubling times. I'm thinking of everyone who's out there helping others or maybe at home isolated and struggling. It's been a very difficult time for me too, but hopefully we can get through this and some sense of normalcy will return very soon. But until then, take care of yourselves. I'll see you soon. Mwah.